A fire broke out in a Madison apartment this morning while no one was home. WMTV's Marcus Arsville joins us with the latest. Marcus, you spoke to neighbors who saw firefighters arrive.
One neighbor tells me 4 fire trucks and police officers lined up outside of the apartment to put out the fire. The Madison Fire Department says residents of the apartment noticed a burning smell. Crews arrived shortly after 10 a.m. this morning near the 600 block of Vera Court. This is about 2 minutes from Mendota Elementary School. Everyone was evacuated safely. MFD says the fire was put out in just about 15 minutes. The apartment is now not fit for people to live in, so the Red Cross is assisting the people who live there. Estimated damage is set to be around $100,000. No injuries were reported, but crews did revive one cat. A second cat died. Live in the newsroom, Marcus Arsville, WMTV 15 News.